Amanda Seales is a comedian, she's an actress, and she's a leftist activist. And she said some really crazy stuff recently about Candace Owens. This is clip 6. Take a look.
The obsession with you all mentioning this idiot's name with mine, not Roland Martin, this woman that you all keep mentioning with mine. Let's get something very clear today. There is zero things in common with me and Candace Owens. Literally nothing. And when you suggest that there is any reason why we should share space, what you're doing is, one, wildly disrespecting my education, my authenticity, and my value system. You are also giving her merit that she does not deserve and that is completely unearned. So please stop juxtaposing her and I in any shared space other than those that exist right now at the behest of gravity and a necessity to breathe air. That's it. I don't even know if we came into the world the same way, because I don't know if she was a cesarean or a vaginal birth. So please stop. We have to get more nuanced than thinking just because two people are black and they're women and they have mentioned politics that they should share space. No, they don't need to share space. When some people are well, we should send our children to predominantly white schools because they deserve a better education. And it's okay, that's one thought process. But the other thing is that you're putting your kids in a space where they're going to actually feel harm. Why? Why do it?
Yeah. And so when she sees that people in the Black community are tuning into Candace Owens, it makes her feel uncomfortable.
It certainly does. It certainly does. And that's why she's so animated and so upset. And then she's trying to make it like she is in some way even comparable to Candace Owens, I guess, on the opposite end, which she isn't. She isn't at all.
So Black Lives Matter leader just released a list of 10 things white people should give to black people. And I have to say, I haven't been ambitious enough in my letters to Santa. It's all they've really accomplished is burning down black neighborhoods, pissing off police officers. Chanel would like white people who have no children to leave their homes to black or brown families. So if you worked your entire life to be able to afford a home but forgot to procreate, and you're thinking, I'm going to leave my home to my brother or my sister. No, think again, whitey. Number 2, she explains that if you inherit a home, so if your mom died and she left you a house, you should just immediately give it away to a black or brown family because you will be able to earn that somewhere else down the line in your white privileged life. Her words, not mine. Number 3 is for developers. She wants you guys to build homes and let black people live in them for free. I don't see any economical issues with that. Number 4, if you can afford to downsize, I don't know, maybe your kids are off to college or something, then she expects you to move out and let a black family move in, preferably a black family that comes from generational poverty. Here's the thing. Some people might watch this video and think that I'm speaking out against black people. Actually, that's not true, and it couldn't be more the opposite. What I'm doing here is speaking up for black people, for the millions of us who do not think like this, who are not this ignorant, who are not this petulant, and who would never list something so low-aiming as the list that this girl presented to the community. It is incumbent upon each and every one of us black people who are aiming for education and advancement in society by not dwelling on the past but looking towards our futures to stand up and to say that this is absolutely and utterly reprehensible. Reprehensible not just because of its fantastical elements, but because it truly paints a grotesque picture of the African American community. It paints us like hobos and beggars who cannot accomplish anything on our own without sticking our hands out. It is an absolute shame that a woman like this is given a platform to speak, period. The facts are that every race since the beginning of humankind has experienced slavery, and only one of them is asking for reparations from people who didn't enslave them. Are there things that Caucasian people can help us rally for that will help close the gap on some systemic oppressions from the past? Absolutely. Asking them to give up their homes is not one of them. I will not tolerate this depiction of African Americans in the media, and every time I see something as mediocre as this, I will speak out against it.
She wishes she could be linked with Candace Owens. Yana, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, she sounds like an idiot. I didn't know who she was to begin with. I didn't know who she was, and the way that she speaks even is so uneducated. I'm sorry to say, like she doesn't sound, and she talks about it's this is an insult to her education. I'm sorry, lady, you don't sound educated. And you know she makes grammatical mistakes as she speaks, and also at the same time, you know what, maybe there is a lot in common or some things in common. You know, when I did look into her, apparently she's a Palestine supporter. Candace Owens also seems to be a Palestine supporter. They're both, you know, outspoken and have their points of view. So, I mean, okay. So what's the big deal? So the people are going to compare you to whoever, and it doesn't really, I don't care. But this woman sounds like she's a complete idiot. Candace Owens has her certain views when it comes to Black community. Okay, you can have a different opinion, but you're not that smart yourself. So
yeah. People in the Black community are starting to wake up. They're starting to understand that many of these activists are grifters playing on the emotional trauma of slavery or whatever, or even trying to create emotional
They're losing the narrative.
Like, this woman is deranged. She's been fired by even people on the left, on leftist talk shows, and she's been ostracized from many communities within the acting community in Hollywood because she has no type of decorum. She doesn't know how to get along with people. She's off, clearly. And so, you know, for her to even mention Candace Owens in the same breath is just really laughable. But this is what they do, and I wanted to talk about that because one question I wanted to ask is, I saw on another podcast they were asking the question, are Black women jealous of Candace Owens? And I don't think that's it. I'm sure there are some that are jealous, but I think it's more so that they realize they're losing the grip on the Black community. On many people are starting to question the what these Black people are saying, and they see that there more of them are starting to tune into Candace Owens. She's getting a lot more play on Black media, on Black Twitter and things like that, and they see that they're losing this grip and they're afraid.
Yeah, I mean, it could be it could be a mix of emotions that they're experiencing, because when Candace Owens was mostly speaking to, I guess, white audience, and she was more speaking to it was all about politics and Trump, and then she kind of put herself now more into the Black spaces. They don't know how to take it because she is different. She has a different message. You may disagree with her, but she's different to them, so they do not know how to take it right now.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. All right, well, that does it for us tonight. We love